The Cape Coral real estate market can be described by one word: gridlock. Over the last several months, we've seen very low inventory and we've seen buyers sitting on the sidelines. Now, the buyers are sitting on the sidelines because interest rates have continued to increase. Many are sitting there waiting for the right time to jump into the market. Others have been completely priced out of the market. Now, is that all about to change? We're going to dive into the November 2023 market update, where we take a look at how inventory has started to increase in the city of Cape Coral. Now, interest rates are continuing to increase as well. So how is this going to affect the market? Let's go ahead and dive right in. We're going to take a look back at October 2023. Then we're going to go back 90 days to July 2023, and then a whole year back to October 2023. Welcome aboard. My name is Cessna, your Cape Coral real estate agent. If you have any questions about buying, selling, relocating, or investing here in the Cape Coral area, go ahead and reach out to me. I'd love to chat with you. All my information is in the details below, and we can really strategize and put together a plan that works for you. Now let's jump forward into the market indicators. In order to understand the market, you have to understand the market indicators. First, we're going to look at inventory. Inventory is current available residential properties. Now in this market report, we're just going to look at single family homes here in the Cape Coral area. Median price point. Median price point means that half the houses that sold over the last 30 days were higher than this number, and half the houses were lower than that number. Days on the market. This tells me how many days a home sat on the market before it went under contract. The longer they sit on the market, the longer typically that means inventory is going to start rising. And the last metric that we're going to look at is closed sales. How many closed sales did we have in the month of October 2023? This gives us an indicator of demand. Now, over the last year, we've actually been relatively low across the United States in sales. We're sitting at just over 3 million single family sales. That's what we're going to finish with here in the year of 2023. Typically, we want to be over 4 million. When we were going crazy back in 2021, we were at over 6 million sales in the United States. So sitting at just over 3 million is quite a change. But that doesn't mean that prices are dropping like crazy, because we still had a challenge with inventory. So let's take a look at how Cape Coral is reacting to the current state of the market. First thing we're going to look at is active inventory. Now this is where it's starting to change a little bit. We're starting to move forward with higher inventory levels. In October 2023, we had 2,222 single-family homes available for sale at the end of October 2023. In July 2023, we had 1,773 available, and October 2022, we had 1,881 homes available for sale on the market. So as you can see, that is starting to increase. Now, normally this time of year, sellers are putting their house on the market because they know that the snowbirds are coming down, getting ready to buy. So if you're planning to sell a home, right now is when you want to get it put on the market. So that's why we're starting to see a little bit of an increase in inventory. I expect that to continue to go up just a bit over the next couple of months. Now, once we get into February, and that's when our frenzy is going to start, and that's when a lot of the buyers come down and we'll be jumping into the market. Another thing we're going to look at is interest rates as well, to see what happens there. If they come down below that 7% mark, which they very well could by second quarter next year, we're going to see a huge frenzy here in the Cape Coral market, and prices will jump. Right now, we're sitting in a great place. We've got 2,222 homes available for you to choose from, which is much different than it was a couple years ago, where you had to take, or you chose from just a few different homes that were available. Let's take a look at the chart. This is the last year down here. I'm going to look at October 2022. And as we go into season, you see that inventory decline, and then we start to build again. So I think we're in a good position. If you're in a buying position, you've got lots of options right now. Median price point. Now, median price point, we keep watching, waiting for prices to fall. And what you'll see is October 2023, we were at $393,000 for a single family home. That was the median price point. So half the houses sold above that, half the houses sold below that number. July 2023, we were at $416,000. In October of 2022, we were at $445,000 for a single family home median price point in the city of Cape Coral. Now, to be fair on that one, just to give you some insight, that was the month after Hurricane Ian. So we had very limited inventory, very limited homes that were available that were not damaged. And so the homes that were did sell at a premium. So that's why that number is much higher. If we look at the chart, we can see down here where that number jumped up a little bit, and then we went back down in November, December, and then as we rolled into season, February, March, April, numbers went up, and now we're decreased just a bit. I expect that number to stay about the same in the 390s mark over the next couple of months. Will it go much lower than that? Not likely. Once the buyers do come in, that's bound to start jumping a little bit. Moving along to days on the market. Now this tells us all about demand. Are there a lot of buyers here? Buyers this time of year seem to be a little bit more reserved. We don't have as many of them here. They are starting to come though. I've noticed in my going around and doing my showings with clients, I've been getting a lot more phone calls lately of people that are getting ready to buy, getting ready to jump in the market. They want to have that house for when the snow starts to fly. And I've been told that it is starting to fly up there in some areas such as Minnesota, North Dakota. They're starting to see some snow go. So that's a good sign for us here in Cape Coral. But for you buyers, that means you need to get into the market fairly quick if you want to get the good deal. July 2023, 32 days on the market. October 2022, 28 days on the market. Another indicator here, the longer it sits on the market, the more potential that a buyer has to negotiate with a seller to get the best prices. If we go down and look at the chart here, we can see last January was when we really hit the most days on the market, and then we dropped quite a bit into season. And then as we started going out of season through the summer, we went up a little bit. And we'll probably stay right around that 37 days in the market for the next month or two before we start to see it drop again. Closed sales, October 2023, we had 363 sales in the city of Cape Coral for single family residents. July 2023, we had 390. In October of 2022, 217. Now remember that October 2022 was 217 sales. That was the month after Hurricane Ian, so that was a very low number. But looking back at October, right now, just this last month, we had 363 sales. That's still a strong number. People are still buying here. What we're seeing is a lot of cash buyers and a lot of first-time buyers buying the low-end type homes. New construction homes are coming out right now, and they're starting to see a lot of action on those because some of the builders are offering incentives. If you do have any questions about new construction homes, I can help you check out some of those where they're helping you buy down the points, maybe helping you out with some closing costs, things like that. But the cash buyers are buying the high-end houses, the ones on the canals, the $1 million homes, and keeping that number up. I don't expect that to drop much. I think it'll stay right around there for the next couple of months before it starts to jump well above 400. And probably by March, we will see well above 500 for closed sales for the month of March. Other key numbers to be aware of. Sold price per square foot. We're at $255 per square foot. Now that's slightly less than it has been, but still a very solid number for the Cape Coral market. One of the indicators that I want you to really look at right now is 98.5% of the price of the list price is what sellers are accepting right now. So they're only discounting about 1.5% off the last list price. Now, normally when we see inventory start to increase, you would think that that number would come down, that the sellers would be more willing to negotiate. However, they are holding firm. Will that change? I think it'll probably go down to 98% by next month as houses sit a little bit longer and the inventory continues to increase, but they're just not showing that they're desperate right now. And so you do have opportunity to bargain, but we need to really negotiate for you, and that's where we excel here at Carver Group and myself. New listings. We had 762 new listings hit the market in the month of October, which is a great number for inventory. We want to see inventory build for buyers so we can get more of a neutral market for both buyers and sellers. So 762 new listings. A month back, it was just over 700 listings. Months of inventory. Look at this, 6.1 months of inventory. Now, months of inventory means that if no more homes came on the market at the current rate that we're selling homes, that's how long it would take to completely sell all of our homes in Cape Coral, 6.1 months. Now, between 5 and 6 months is what's considered a neutral market. Now, we just moved into a buyer's market, 6.1 months of inventory. This is great if you're looking at buying. I don't think it's going to stay here much longer, but you probably will have a couple of months. So if you're in the market, if you're thinking about it, now's the time to take advantage. Interest rates are still keeping a lot of people on the sidelines, and we're starting to see inventory increase, meaning you'll have plenty of options to choose from. Is now the time to buy? That depends on your current situation. If you are in a position to buy a home here in Cape Coral, whether it's relocating or buying a second home or maybe even your first home, if you were in the position to buy, now's a great time to buy. Property values have come down just a bit. One of the things that interest rates are doing is keeping a lot of the competition on the sidelines. One thing I always tell people, my clients, and what you really need to think about is if you are thinking about buying your second home here in Cape Coral, you're going to be retiring, or you just want somewhere to go spend the winter, and you're holding back because interest rates are at 8%, you really need to think about what you're doing, because right now you're getting prices at a very low amount, low value, so you can take advantage of that. The interest rate, sure, it's going to cost you a few $100 more a month, but what are you giving up on lifestyle wise? You could be here in Florida enjoying the sunshine instead of back home fighting the blizzard, scraping windshields and shoveling snow. And what you're going to find out is when interest rates do go down below 7%, we're going to see a flurry of people come in, and those values are going to increase. And you're going to be sitting by your pool, looking at your boat, drinking your margarita, thinking how lucky you were to buy at these lower price points. Something very serious to consider. Now let's take a look at inflation. Inflation peaked at 9.1% back in June 2022. That's where we started to see interest rates start to climb substantially. Now we are at 3.7%, and we've been there for the last couple of months. Interest rates have gone up even more. We peaked out in October at 8.09%. Currently, we're sitting at 8.02%. Our target is 6.5% currently. Now, I've been saying for the last few months, if we drop below 6.5%, we're going to see a frenzy of buyers come into the market. Now, since we've been sitting there for a little while, more and more people are getting used to these higher numbers. Now I'm convinced if we drop below 7%, we're going to see a frenzy. So pay attention to interest rates, because that's going to dictate home values and how fast they're going to rise. Unemployment is at 3.8%, the lowest in the last 54 years, right around the lowest it's been in the last 54 years. So unemployment is still very low, keeping the market very strong, and which is keeping interest rates high as well. Supply, current inventory is 2,222 single-family homes available in the city of Cape Coral as of October 31st. In October 2018, we had 2,621 homes available. We are climbing towards that number, but we are not there yet. Demand. Cape Coral has a lot of demand. Population is estimated right now at around 221,000 people. And within 7 years, we're expected to go over 250,000. We're one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, and we continue to attract people from all over the country. If you are an investor, Cape Coral is going to continue to attract people. Right now, we have a lot of what you call people sitting on the sidelines. They're waiting. It's pent up demand. They want to be here. They're ready to go, but they're a little skittish based on interest rates, and they're not ready to jump in quite yet. Once interest rates go down, they start to get a little more comfortable. We're going to see a ton of demand come into the market, and property values are going to go up. All right, that wraps up this market update for November 2023. Hope this was very insightful for you. If you found this to be insightful, feel free to hit that subscribe button, like button. That helps me get out to more and more people. I'm here as a resource to you. I love to sell real estate. I love to work with people that are relocating, buying second homes, or just buying, upgrading, or downgrading here in the Cape Coral area. I've got the information that you need. I've got the contacts that you need to make your transactions smooth and easy. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, relocating, or investing here in Cape Coral, feel free to give me a call. I'd love to chat with you. All my details are all my contact information is in the details below, and I can't wait to chat with you. Also, take a picture of the QR code here on the screen. as it's going to give you photos of some of our listings as well as contact information and our social media. Look forward to chatting with you. My name is Barry Cessna, your local real estate agent here in Cape Coral, Florida. And my whole goal is to rescue you from the frigid cold of the north. I can't wait to chat with you. Making realty dreams a reality here in Cape Coral, Florida. Have a great day.